See, I get some respect somewhere. Alright guys, welcome to our first annual Power TKD demo. This is the first time us doing this here. We did a demo here about a month ago for a spaghetti luncheon fundraiser, and that was pretty much done by our demo team. However, tonight's focus is on our students that we have here. I've got 3 students. Well, actually I got 6 students now. Let me rephrase that. I got 3 students that have been coming here solid for a year. I mean, they're dedicated, they don't give up, and they keep pushing out. I got 3 new ones that started this past Saturday. Okay? I like to, actually they're raising their, well 2 of them are raising their hand right now. The third one, she's a little shy, her name's Chelsea. But they started this Saturday. They had the very first introduction class with Mr. Roberts, who you meet later on, who did a wonderful job teaching them. We opened this school, let me rephrase that. We opened this ministry June 6, 2009, slightly over a year ago. We teach martial arts as a secondary learning experience. When I say secondary, it's about God. My students will tell you I'll get up on my soapbox and I'll go to town for 20-30 minutes before we even start class. That's what it's about. Everything we do in life should be for God, period. The way we walk, the way we talk, the way we behave, everything. The school has a motto. It's nothing like, you know, like Publix or shopping as a pleasure or anything like that. But it's Kelly. You turn that one. But it's a Bible verse. The Bible verse is Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpens iron, as one man sharpens another. And the reason that is because as God sharpens me in my life, I try to sharpen my students with martial arts and their walk with Christ. But what's amazing is students can also sharpen teachers. I learned so much through Nathan, who's 9 years old. Well, he ain't little, but you know, you get my point when I'm going down here. And I got Mr. Bellew, who, you know, he's slightly a couple years older than 9 years old. But we all learn from each other, and I think that's amazing. I mean, one of my students, Nathan, came to me, immediately right at class Saturday and was just like, Mr. Vines, come here, let me show you something. I'm like, what's that? He just knocks out his form. And I was just so amazed at that. It made me so happy. Then I got him up here to try and do the forms up here so they won't be so stage fright when they come up here and do this. And I asked Nathan during the form, I said, what's the next move? And just like he would, just like spitting out his name, he spits out the next set of moves. And it took everything I had to hold my composure because I started to cry. And Nathan saw I was about to, so I was like, oh, I've got to suck this up here. So I get Nathan to, you know, be right there with me. We are Power Tae Kwon Do. Now let me explain something. Power means a lot, okay? Power, yeah, when we do Tae Kwon Do, we want to use power, we want to use strength, okay? Power is separated by different words, and P is for punctual, okay? They have to learn this for each belt. They also have to learn Bible verses. O is for obedient. W is for willing. E is for everlasting. R is for righteousness. Now let me explain something to you. Apparently my time just ran down. But I pretty much had this thing timed up pretty good.
You're going to Vegas.
Anyway, if you take punctual, obedient, willing and put them together as a student of mine, it stands for the training as a GUP student. The GUP student is a student underneath the black belt, all the colored ranks. The characteristics of a martial artist, that's what they're going to learn. Now, if they use POWME, that means that hard work will be everlasting once they reach black belt. Because they're punctual, they're obedient, and they're willing to learn. So when they receive the black belt, that black belt's going to be everlasting in their life and people's life around them. You take righteousness and put it with everything else. It means that one will be righteous in his own right, understanding that what it means to be a martial artist of God. So as I said before, I don't teach. I tell all my students straight up in the beginning, this is self-defense. We're here to have fun. We're here to learn. We're also here to learn about Christ. But we're not out to start using this as an offensive means. This is self-defense. My students know that. And I reflect that every time, a lot of times throughout the course of the month, that remind them that this is self-defense only. And that there's no, I don't want to hear about offensive moves at school. I don't want you going up and trying to see who you can beat up or anything like that. Because when the school and the parents get done with them, you have to deal with me. This is self-defense. We're here to learn. We're here to have fun. And tonight, with the help of our demo team, my students, most of you know them because they're part of your congregation, are in the orange belts. The rest of them are the demo team members. So we're here to put on a great show for you. And I'm telling you right now, if there is someone here, I'm not trying to give an invitation right now to take credit from my teacher, Mr. Ashley, but listen, and we use martial arts as a tool to get people into church. We use martial arts as a tool to spread the good word of God. We're trying to plant the seeds in everybody. So if you need to talk with somebody tonight, just make sure you talk with one of us. Okay? Without further ado, I'm turning it over to my instructor. Just so you know, real quick, our 3 schools are represented here tonight. My instructor, Mr. Ashley, represents Crestview Baptist Church. And my other instructor, Mr. Miles, who represents Tae Kwon Do. So let me say something. You have 3 schools when you join this school. You have 3 schools for the price of 1 that you can go to at the same price. You're going to get the same training here at these 2 schools as you would here. Why? Because they're my instructors. So what they taught me is here. So if you want to go and have fun somewhere else, Mr. Miles, he has a good fun class every Sunday. Sorry, it's an inside joke.
It's brutal.
Bad inside joke. But y'all just, like I said, you come to this school, you got 2 other schools you go to with no additional cost. Without further ado, let me turn it over to Mr. Ashley, my instructor.
What about power?
Mr. Vine said when we were going over the schedule for tonight, he says, I'm going to take the first 2 or 3 minutes to talk. I said, Dwayne, you can't even say hello in 2 minutes. I think we made our point, didn't we? This is the 3 senior instructors standing before you tonight for these 3 schools. We're dedicated to teaching martial arts. We don't get paid. We don't want to get paid. We've talked about it. We've had higher-ups in the organizations tell us we should get paid.
So we were crazy.
Well, they were right. We did. Miles and I started training together 9 years ago, something like that, give or take. 9, 10 years ago, we started training together. Didn't know each other prior to that. We started training together, started schools together, and then we raised this young fellow right here, who is, I've never met anybody as dedicated as he is. So these are your 3 senior instructors for the 3 schools.